Short of a length, dragged around, backward of square, immediately gets going with a boundary. Getting these two early is an absolute must, and there you go. First ball, good length from Iqbal. Ali just tries to play across the line. The ball shoots through a little bit, takes his stumps out. Full, lofted high, hasn't got a great piece of it. Tariq underneath it, takes a couple of steps in, he takes a good catch. Thought he'd misjudged that. In the end, that's a double wicket blow. And Waqas Haider, the two main stars with the bat for Mushta Cricket Club, are both back in the pavilion.
Each country does it slightly differently as we see this clipped off the pads, and that'll probably win the race to the boundary. Nice shot by Mustafa. Short, finds the gap. This is 4 more. Nice shot from Mustafa, who's finding his feet. Back-to-back boundaries for Mushta. It's the beauty of cricket. This is square drive. It's going to take some stopping. It won't be stopped. Just too well timed by Mustafa.
Or just a couple of batters who are particularly adept at that move as that one swung away for a boundary.
To be as dramatic as this is up in the air. Fielder going back, but he better go back even further because that's out of here. Maximo, 6 to Soleri. And yeah, what I like today is a bit more 360 batting, a bit more offside play. I think that's because the wind's not as dramatic as it was yesterday. But yeah, interesting observation. Keep an eye on it. This is bowled, even though it's high. I don't think it's that high. And the evidence is on the floor as Soleri gets bowled by a full banger. Tariq gets his revenge, and it's 39 for 3.
As that ball has been hit very high. Fielder tracking back. Nasir at mid-wicket. Carries his head by only about 10 metres. Decent shot in the end.
I'll tell you one reason I do. Well, first, I'll have a look at the stumps getting knocked over. Mustafa swings all about. That one from Romani, who's having a very good afternoon. That's the 4th wicket down now. Mushta, 51 for 4.
Or Rivers, as we see Mamand come in. That one's high off the bat. It's gone down. Good catch. Fielding is improved down there at fine leg, and Mamand, who was a pretty tricky customer to deal with the ball in the last game, to come up with a wicket with his second delivery.
Slow ball, I think, just pulls it back a bit.
Carved out of ice in a river or a lake. As that one is carved over the long boundary.
Oh,
what a shot.
Oh, boy. Wow, there's a youngster there. Can't be more than about 7 or 8 years old. He was shaping up to take the catch of the century. This is going to find the gap. It's a genuine squeezer, and I think it's going to end up going for 4. So they need runs from somewhere. This one's going nowhere. And I think it just sneaks back. Head to the over. It'll be 73 for 5. I want to say a quick hello to Steve Cook. Good to have you with us.
Such a strange thing to see the foot pointing in that direction going back in the crease. You're used to seeing the heel try to make ground.
I think, just using my keeper's instincts, I reckon that's out. Here's Mohamed Rahman. Anyway, that's a pretty handsome looking shot, and heads up there in the practice area because this one's coming your way. Maximo! What a shot from Hussain, who's played a very important hand here. He moves to 26. This is absolutely bludgeon. Heads up. That's coming your way. That's car park bound. Maximo! Arif Hussain just fighting all the way. Mushta up into the 80s. 85 now. Up in the air. Fielder comes around, but he's not going to get anywhere close to this. Another one. Maximo. What a shot from Hussain. And he's come in the 5 position.
18 off this over. Might be 24. He's timed that beautifully. Ball just on the hip, not with a huge amount of pace. 4 consecutive Maximo.
Gets just enough, gets the 6. Man hasn't faced the ball. Here's the last ball, and he goes for it. He brings up his 50 with the last ball of the innings. We'll take a bow. That is a wonderful innings from Arif Hussain. 50 off 17 balls, and he brings up the 100 from Mushta and gives them a fighting chance. 103. Well, all things considered, they'll feel that they're heading into the second half with a bit of momentum. Having said that, hitting up, they did the hard yards.
Ajmal is going to take first over. He was pretty impressive in the last game. His loping left arm seamers. That's a great shot though. Zuvak, who went first ball in the last game, just rocks onto the back foot and penetrates the infield. Super stuff.
This is up and out of here. Maximo 4 and 6 pick up 6. There's a terrible bit of fielding from Alistair, but that's not what he's here for. The result, though, 6 runs to Hudinger. Great start.
First 2 balls going for 10.
Wow, there's 6 more. Forget it. And he's on the walk and he's in the mood. And Hudinger, we certainly know their approach. They're approaching it like they're chasing a lot more than 100. Interesting conversation matter. Anyway, this one's up in the air. It's hanging. Fielder goes back just out of his grasp, and that's going to be 4. Who's going to bowl it? Tarek Zubak on strike for the first time. He gets a short ball and he pounds into the gap. There's another boundary, and Hudinger. Oh, we saw this approach in the last game.
Hitting a Yorker length, even wide of off stumps. This ball's gone high in the air. Rahman sat underneath it, takes a good catch, and that's a desperately needed wicket for Master Hudinger. 25 for 1 after 1 over and 4 balls. Big time wicket.
Yeah, it sure is. He just gets it wrong, doesn't he? Emil Zubak in the air. I mean, it's not an easy catch. I think he thought he was saying good shot. Anyway, this one's up and it's going to be 4, 1 bounce. And so, Saeed, he's a guy that loves to hit through the line of the ball. Shirali gets hit back over his head, and that's out of here. Maximo! So top 3 doing the job at the moment from Hudinger. Mashta need to find a way through these guys. Well, half accidental, half deliberate, but full result for Saeed, who gets 4 with a guide down to third man. Shirali having a rough time of it so far. Slower ball, slightly slow up, but not slow off the bat. That's out of here. Maximo as the 3rd over goes magical, much like the 4th, and Saeed, well, he had time to admire that one. Well, he's showing a lot of guts here. I know he forgot his protector, but he might need to exchange it for a bigger size right now because he is motoring away. He's 25 in no time at all. And it does. Well, watch out. That's a tower buster. Maximo! Hudinger on a rampage in this power play. That's the end of 3, 56 for 1. Anyway, this is up in the air. Should be caught. Oh, he's slow to get in there, and it gets dropped. Probably should have been caught. This is up in the air. Now, is it a chance? Almost. And it's going to be 4. So nothing going right for Mashta at the moment. Rahman was after it. He got pretty close to it. Didn't want to dive. He didn't know it was coming the other way. Anyway, Solari dishes out a full toss. And this is a catch for Sher Ali. And he takes it. So another full toss. This time it's a wicket. And that's a big moment in the game. 61 for 2.
A slight revenge for Cher after being pumped so much in the last over.
That's a pretty confident looking start, isn't it, for Romani? So when they just keep on coming for Hudinger, don't they? Push the long off wide. I know he can go straight if he wants. Doesn't have to because he's just going to go over the leg side and get 6. Maximo takes it under a runner ball now. Yeah, throws the hands at this. And this is what I'm talking about with faster bowling. You can let the ball do the work and gets 4 more runs for Hudinger. As long as the team score keeps motoring. Oh, that's a really good shot. It wasn't that short, you know, but he picked up the length so quick and he leaned back in his crease and made it seem a bit shorter than it was, I think. But, in particular here, it's pretty obvious. That one's going to fly straight over our head. Tariq wakes up. Hussain, well, he handed out a bit of this, didn't he, in the 10th over. But Maximo, that's a very confident looking bang for 6 over mid-off. Well, full toss, and I think that is going to be a boundary as well. I think this is high as well, you know. Because it's a free hit, you got no reason not to. This is going to do it, and they do it fairly easily in the end. So Mashta, they falter in their 2nd game of the tournament. And Hudinger have a great time. They get their first point, so both these teams, they split their games on day 2. Very entertaining day comes to a close. And it is Hudinger that get up, and they get up with 19 balls to spare.